Again, shall we? Hello, my name is Andy and welcome back to the channel here tonight, and hopefully no more problems. But I'm finally back doing some live coverage of NXTGEN's Chloe Hewitt Cooper Cup. Not done this since before Christmas. Due to work shifts having put me on an absolute stinker for the last number of weeks, I've been missing, which is annoying. I've missed 3 rounds, so I'm not too chuffed at that. But I'm finally back, and it is round number 7, I do believe, and we're here at Tokyo on the inner loop circuit. And I'm sure there's a game of how many times am I going to say and he crashes into the wall tonight. We will find out, I am quite sure. So we're going to have qualifying coming up very shortly. The usual pro session of the race. We've got 2 races. Short qualifying for the first one, and then a short sprint race, and then reverse grid for the second race, which will also include tyre and fuel management, as it usually is. Since I've been missing, then I'm going to give you an update as we watch Fred drifting his way through the corners. Update on the standings, because since the last time I was here, the drivers have been split into their categories. So we've got 4 drivers in the pro class. Those are, as we see someone going off there in the background, that would just be happy HPK going off in the background, of South African losing control there, thankfully not in qualifying yet. But your pro class drivers are NGR Game Ranger, there he is, the man we just seen there having a crash, happy HPK, NGR Cutler, who I don't think is here tonight, oh no he is, there he is in 4th, I've missed him, and Psychodynamic, who's currently in pit lane. And those are your 4 pro drivers, as qualifying is now about to start. And it is in that order as well. Game Ranger leads on 146 points, Ripcross on, sorry, not Happy Hip, it's GTP Ripcross who is in 2nd place, my apologies, he's on 144 points. But he's on the lobby as well, so we didn't quite see him there. NGR Cutler is in 3rd on 127, with Psychodynamic in 4th on 109. He missed the last round, which was around the short version of Suzuka. In the Pro-Am class, we have Ska Wars, who leads the way in 162. Then it is Fredo himself, Chloe's brother, who is in 2nd place in that standings. NGR Mad Marshall is in 3rd place for that one on 115, Fred's on 147. Bigsy is in 4th place in the standings for Pro-Am. I think he's not here at the moment, but again we'll keep an eye on things as it goes along. And Cuddles himself, the man who runs the league, running in Chloe's livery, he's in 5th place in Pro-Am on 77 points. And then the final category is the Am class, which is led at the moment by Surreptitiously, who is here in pit lane. I managed to pick him perfectly. Hala. He is leading the way on 145 points in Am class from Happy HBK. There he is, now we're finally getting it right. He is in 2nd place in 128. Scorpion K Dirge is in 3rd, he's on 43 points, a good bit back, he wasn't there last week at Suzuka East. And then the Plumster is 4th in Am class on 30 points, so everybody's got a bit to work for in their own standings, which gives them something to fight towards and what they have to do. Oh, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons as well, so make a good start here. Perfect. Okay. But we're in qualifying now. I'll be back in just a second. I've got to go and advertise all this, don't I? Right, that's the advertisement done. You always got to self-promote yourself in these things. It's always a good idea as well, because who's going to watch it if I don't tell you? It's just one of those things. But anyway, the guys are on their outlaps at the moment, getting ready to have a go at their first flying laps, and there is the first one over the line. It's F124YS. I'm just going to call him YS because it's a lot easier. He takes pole position and then immediately beaten by Game Ranger in the GS Batteries machine. They're going into pole position at the moment. 2 tenths clear of YS's time there. Fred currently in 3rd place, 2 tenths down on 2nd place, and then it's Cutler in 4th place at the moment, with Cuddles in 5th, Happy HPK in 6th, Mad Marshall in 7th, Ripcross in 8th, Psychodynamic in 9th at the moment, but he's still set a lap time, and surreptitiously is still sitting in pit lane. He is in 10th position at the moment. It's just the 10 drivers here tonight. So let's see how things are going on. 2 seconds. There we go. You take 3 weeks off and you come back and everything's going wrong. There we are. Right, so qualifying 15 minutes. Let's find someone to jump on board and take a lap with. Let's see if we can find who's coming towards the line in just a moment. Let's see, where are we? Halfway around the track. We'll go for Cutler as he's coming towards the start and finish line before long. Coming through at the final corner as we ride on board on the roof cam to take a lap round the Tokyo Inner East Circuit street track here in central Tokyo, completely fictional of course to GTSport. And here we go into turn 1, down the skiers, sliding and into the wall. There's number 1, mark it up on the scoreboard. How many times I'm going to say that. Back up through the gears, and again just going to come slowly through here, just feeding the throttle on, and then up through 5th gear through the tunnel. You've got to be careful as well. There's a lot of tricky corners in here. You think you can go much quicker than you actually can through some of these corners, and you end up just into the wall. And this is one of these bits here, if you're not careful you can easily make a mess of it. Cutler doing pretty nicely through there in that quick section. We now come towards the back end of the circuit. Quick right left-hander there. You can see the South African, a Happy HPK up ahead in the distance. It's this long drag over the one of the other start and finish lines, I do believe this, isn't it? It's got to be careful through here, just feeding the throttle through, no braking there, just lifting and coasting slightly with half the throttle on, and it's a very quick track around Tokyo. It's going to be a fast and frantic race, as it always is in the Cooper Cup series here on Next Gen. And here we go, coming up to the next corner, completely flat out, nearly Cutler just having to give it a wee bit of a breather on the first part, and then a bigger one in the second part. And we're going to see braking finally. It's a tiny dab of brakes, he clips into the wall though. Won't want to be doing that too much because he's just lost himself about 30 odd miles an hour. He heads towards the line. If he's going to improve on his time, he does not lose his 7 tenths on that lap, but that is a lap of Tokyo's Inner East Circuit. Very quick lap indeed, as the Cutler goes scraping along the wall. You've seen the sparks are flying. Psychodynamic has just gone into pole position with a fantastic lap time, 1 minute 30.649 from Psychodynamic. He is now 1.128 seconds clear of FYS, who is just going to cross the line and set his latest lap time. At the moment he's now halfway round the lap. Game Ranger in 3rd, he is coming up. He's just set a purple sector through that section, so we'll need to keep an eye on how he does. Here comes Fred, he's coming towards the end of the lap, is Fredo, in his version of his sister's livery, just with the cheetah spots on it instead of the zebra stripes. He's coming towards the end of the lap. We'll just keep an eye on him for the moment and just see how he's going on through this section. He's currently 4th place, as you can see from the side there at the moment. Coming into the last corner, he's drifting it through there, front wheel drive drifting is a very fine art in its own right. Very fun to do, but probably not good for the tyres in the later on race, that's for sure. He moves up into 3rd place, so it's a decent lap time there from Fred as he moves up the order. They're drifting into turn 1 one more time. I'll just bring it back to that part. There we go, that's what I want. There's a button in here somewhere on this keyboard. There we go. That's the ones I want, thank you. So Fred moves into 3rd place, but still Psychodynamic from FYS up in 2nd. Fred in 3rd place, Cutler in 4th. We have Game Ranger in 5th place, Cuddles in 6th. Ripcross in 7th, Happy HBK in 8th, Surreptitiously 9th. Mad Marshall in 10th place with 10 runners going around the track at the moment. You see Mad Marshall at the back at the moment. His fastest lap time just far is nearly 7 seconds down on pole position, so definitely not where he wants to be in regards to lap times. Just going to put the display back up so I want it all. There we are, that's much more like it. So he's going to have 1:37.5 as his lap time so far, and I've just done the exact same thing again. There we go. That's better. I'm still remembering the keyboard buttons again, it's been a while. Psychodynamic though, still in pole position. He's using the slipstream off the South African, who's got the indicator on to say go to the right, past me. And good fair racing there. He makes sure to stay out the way on someone on a flying lap. And this is looking like a pretty decent lap time at the moment. He's slightly down through that 2nd sector though. Can he game the time up through the last sector? He's still got 8/10 ahead of anyone else at the moment. Well, he's eclipsed the wall there. He's staying to the side of the road and he's staying out of the way. So he's obviously decided to back out of that lap for now. FYS has just started a lap. We'll see who's coming towards the end of a lap time. It's surprising that even on such a track that might be quick, that everybody's pretty much in the same place. Absolutely crazy that. Ripcross, however, has managed to find a ton of clear air. Look at the difference there on the map in the top right hand corner. Nobody near him. I think the nearest one to him is Mad Marshall. It is indeed. He's got himself a bit of space as well. Everyone else is all up in that sector 1. Quite close together, so the Dutchman's got plenty of space here, trying to nearly drift and lean on that tyre through the corner, heading towards the line. It's not going to be a pole position lap time, and he's not improved on his lap time either, so not what he was looking for on that lap. I'm sure he will try one more time. We'll go back to Mad Marshall because he was coming down. In fact, he slowed right down. So he ran out of fuel. No, he's got plenty of fuel. He's just deciding to come into pit lane, so he's decided that he wants to disappear out of that air surreptitiously. He's currently in 9th place at the moment. He heads for pit lane as well. Fredo carries on for another lap. Not an improvement this time though, 1:32.4. Cutler coming towards the end of his lap time now. Won't be too much longer before he crosses the line. Can he improve on his current 4th position? And he's not managed to do so. He's actually quite a bit slower there, 1.5 seconds down as Happy heads across the line. Cutler drifting his way into turn 1, and that Cooper, just phenomenal to see them drifting it. I've tried it, it's not easy. It might seem easy, it definitely is not, but that A-Rees Motorsport machine is going sideways in a hurry around very many parts of the track. This is going to be a fun race, because it always is quite an interesting race here on Next Gen, as usual. And tonight should be a very interesting race indeed. So Ben Doyle in the chat, thank you very much my friend. It's not an open lobby, this is a League Racing lobby for that, but I will be posting links afterwards to Next Gen's Facebook page if you did want to get involved, if you haven't already. And hello Bossman, the Maze, TTG Maze is in the chat as well, following on tonight. Obviously do quite a few things with TTG, including TTLF1 on a Thursday night on their channel, and got a new Project Cars 2 league coming up on that. I'll leave that bit aside for a moment. I will leave links to everything below. I always do afterwards. So getting close to the end of qualifying now. It's still Psychodynamic, who's 8 times clear out in front from FYS in second. He's got a tenth over Fredo, who's in third place. He's got 3/4 of a second over Cutler as he heads for the line one more time and still doesn't improve on his lap time. He's actually losing time now. He's only got 8/100ths of a second to Game Ranger in fifth. Cuddles is in sixth place. He is only 5/100ths of a second down as well on Game Ranger. And then it's a 2-second gap to Happy HBK in 7th, who's got 7/10ths of a second so surreptitiously, who's in 8th place and just finishing his outlap on a new set of medium tyres. Mad Marshall has moved up to 9th place. He's got the provisional pole sitter right behind him as he comes through section 1 off the track, and Psychodynamic's going to drift his way up and through. Can he make a move? No, he's not. He's had to back out of that one. So Mad Marshall is 1.8 seconds down. Ripcross is in pit lane, and he was up the order earlier on, but he's back down in 10th position at the moment. I don't know if that's a glitch or something going on. I'm sure we'll find out before long. FYS currently on a lap. He's on an out lap at the moment, getting out of the way of Game Ranger there as the AS Batteries machine comes flying through the final section. On the brakes, turns in just a bit too quick. It's actually the GS Battery machine getting mixed up with the two of them. Heading for the line now. It's not going to be an improvement, I don't think, on his lap time. Nope, he's already over the 1:31 mark. So it's going to have to go another time as qualifying is tumbling down towards the end. Don't forget, the first race is a sprint race. There is no tyre wear or fuel depletion. Everyone is on medium tyres. And then the second race will be a completely reverse grid with tyre wear and fuel wear on. And obviously in the second race the drivers have free choice of the tyres they wish to use, whereas in this race they can only use the medium tyres. So it's pretty much set within the sprint lobby, but in the second race you can pick and choose what you want to do. Psychodynamic just starting another lap time. We got a yellow flag here up towards turn 1. You can see FYS and NGR Cutler are both sitting at the side of the track. It's interesting that they've ghosted out. It is causing a yellow flag. Unsure what is going on with that. That's a very interesting situation. We'll keep an eye on that. See who's coming towards the end. Fredo's coming towards the end of the lap. And we'll see what he can do in terms of his lap time. Scraps into the wall. That's going to do no good for the paintwork. So he heads towards the line. Can he improve on his lap time, the Pro-Am driver? It's not an improvement. 9 times down. FYS still in the middle of the road. Cutler's managed to get moving again. What is going on with FYS? Has he maybe had an issue with a wheel or a controller or something? Who knows? Cutler's back moving again, but still ghosting just now. Looks like we're getting ready, possibly for the start of race number 1. As you see Game Ranger going by Cutler there through on a quick lap. 2 times down through sector 1 there, the GS Battery machine. Whereas Happy HBK, he's just crossed the line and he's slowing right down at the moment. He's pulled into the side as well. So interesting to see that, what's going on there. Possibly due to the end of the qualifying session. Hopefully going to get Scar Wars in before long as well. He's trying to find a lobby, having a wee bit of issue at the moment. Game Ranger coming down. Can he finish the lap? Will he have the time to finish this lap? He's up on his best time. He's 3 times up at the moment. Can he get anything done? He's got 2 minutes. So he's got the time. Can he make a move? Can he improve? Can he move up the grid from 5th place? Heading towards the line, keeping it right inside. And it's not an improvement. He's actually, oh, what is that, about a 10th and a bit down, so he's lost some time through the final sector. He won't be too happy with that. Psychodynamic has improved on his last lap time. He's dropped into the 1 minute 29.9. That's a fantastic lap time there from Psychodynamic. He's nearly a full second clear of anyone else. FYS is the second person on the grid. Fred in third, still drifting his way around Tokyo. Cutler in fourth, he's got back going again. There we go, Game Ranger in fifth. Ripcross in sixth, he's on an outlap at the moment. We have HPK still at the side of the road. He obviously thinks qualifying's done. Surreptitiously going round, starting a new lap. He's in 98th place at the moment. Mad Marshall's halfway in pit lane in 9th. And Cuddles is back in the pits. He's dropped down to 10th place now, so dropping into the pits not the greatest thing. We're dropping a wee checkered flag in there. You had a phenomenal race last night, my friend, in AOR. And happy to see you along one more time as well, my friend. But the race you had last night in AOR was absolutely amazing, from 18th to some stunning stuff. You can check that out as well if you go to AOR's channel. Fantastic race at Italy last night, that was. Tomorrow night as well, actually, I'm back on the channel on Project Cars 2. It's V8 Supercars, and it is Bathurst tomorrow night. Hopefully we'll have a few more drivers than we have done of recent to join the party for the big one, the Bathurst 100, tomorrow night here at 8 o'clock. Really hope to have a good grid for that. It's a phenomenal race around Mount Panorama, so it'll be 8 o'clock on Project Cars 2. Looking forward to that one tomorrow night. We're just waiting. I think qualifying's about to get started very shortly, and it looks like it's going to be Psychodynamic who will be on pole position for the first race. Qualifying is usually done now. We're just trying to get one more car into the lobby. Cutler crashes into the back of Fredo there, thinking he was going to ghost, obviously. So we're just waiting on the lobby to reset and put itself into qualifying. So I'm just going to take a wee moment to catch my breath, because the action is going to be fast and furious when we get started. So I'm just going to take a quick second here. Qualifying is pretty much finished. We are just waiting for, hopefully, to get Scar Wars into the lobby, leader of the Pro-Am class at the moment. He'll be going straight to the race when he comes in as well. It won't be too much longer, hopefully, before he is in to the lobby to join us. That will give us 11 cars for tonight's race. Cutler just slows up, and here we go. We are about to start. Scar Wars has made it to the lobby, and here we go. Tokyo Expressway, it's the central in our loop. I thought it was Eastern Loop. There you go. And we've got 11 cars on the grid, led by Psychodynamic in pole position, FYS in second, Fredo for Cutler fourth, Game Ranger fifth, Ripcross 10th, and Scar Wars should hopefully be at the back as well. But here we go, waiting for the lights to come on to start race number one. It's 8 laps around the Inner Expressway. The engines are revving away, and we are finally underway. And oh, Happy HPK's not even got going there, and he's been collected in the background. He's not even started moving at all, and he's already dropping his way down the order. There goes Cuddles and NGR Game Ranger, but up front Psychodynamic holds on to the lead from FYS in second. Fredo is still in third place, so it's still as you were from the start. The top 5 have already broken away slightly from Surreptitiously in sixth place, and you can see there that Game Ranger is already wanting to have a look at the back of NGR Cutler as we jump on board with NGR Game Ranger in the 5th place car. Just interesting to see how he can do going through there. That's Fred into the bar, into the wall. That's another one onto the part, and there's the Reeves machine coming across, and now Game Rangers into the wall as well. So all getting bunched up here in the early going. Up front as a move by FYS on Psychodynamic for the lead of the race. Can he get the move done? They're going to be side by side into this section. Will they catch the wall? Slight bumper wall there by FYS and the A-Reeves Motorsport machine, but he's got the move done, nicely done, and into the lead of the race, but Psychodynamic is not going to take that one lying down. He jumps back to the inside. He's going to have the inside line before long into the next major corner. Can he keep it done? Clean racing so far. Little bump, but that's okay. It's touring cars, remember. And Psychodynamic regains the lead off the race before the end of lap run. Some good racing already going on. We've lost Star Wars. He didn't even get started, unfortunately, due to when he's joined the lobby. Hopefully we can get him in for the second race of the evening. Lap 1 at 8 in the books. We've got a yellow flag up ahead, and that is Happy HBK. He's just never got going in this race. I don't know if something's happened. He is down at the back of the field. At the end of lap 1, Psychodynamic from FYS, Fredo in third. He's pulled about 1.3 seconds over NGR Cutler, who's still got Game Ranger behind him. They've pulled a good 2 seconds clear of Surreptitiously, who's got Ripcross coming up behind from the back of the grid in 7th place. Cuddles is down in 8th place. He's pretty much in no man's land at the moment. He's got 4 seconds to catch Ripcross. He's got about 6 seconds behind to the next car, which is NGR Mad Marshall. Happy HBK has got going, but he is a lap down on the field already. And Psychodynamics managed to pull 1.3 seconds clear of the field already. And why only 8 laps? This is the sprint race, Casper. We've got 2 races tonight, second one will be longer. We always have 1 sprint race and 1 feature race, so that's why it's just the 8 laps here. Quick, fast and frantic. Just the way it should be in touring cars, in my opinion. But Psychodynamics managed to pull a bit of a lead out there at the moment, nearly 1.5 seconds, just over 1.5 seconds clear, in fact, off FYS in second place. He's got Fredo catching up behind. Can he, Chloe's brother, drifting his way through, catching the wall, see sparks fly. Can he make a move? Can he catch up on FYS? He won't want to catch the barrier too much. Game Ranger has managed to get past Cutler somewhere on that last lap, so he's now finally moved up into 4th place, catching the wall on his way through there. And you've got Cutler in 5th place. He's got a good gap to the next car, which is Surreptitiously, who leads the AM class. There is Ripcross, though, who is in the Pro class, started at the back of the grid, so he's trying to catch back up the field. Cuddles is in 8th place. Mad Marshall is 9th. Looks like he's just had a bit of a moment there in the Spark machine. And Happy HBK is 10th in a lap down. Psychodynamic with the fastest lap so far. Game Ranger is right on the back of Fredo at the moment. No, this looks to be the closest battle on track just now. You can just see them as they're coming through the left-hander and up over the crest there. Game Ranger has got a good run here on Fredo. Can he make anything happen? He's got a good run through the corner. He just needs to keep it calm, keep it steady. You can see that second place isn't too far ahead with FYS. Coming up towards the end of the lap. Very fast track this. GS suspension machine, battery machine. Right on the tail of Fredo as they go into the final corner. It looks like Fred got a bit sideways there, a wee bit of a bump possibly just as he hit the brakes. Game Ranger getting caught out, but it's through, and that's 3rd place for Game Ranger, the pro in the pro class he is. Psychodynamic out in front, still leading the way. He's now got 4.5 seconds over FYS. Hell of a lead he's picked up there, 129.6. I think that's actually faster than his pole position time. That's how quick he's going. Unbelievable stuff here from Psychodynamic. He does need some points. He didn't race last week at Suzuka, so he is 4th in the pro class with Game Ranger leading the way. Ripcross needs to get up the order. He has got ahead of Surreptitiously, so he's now moving up through the field. And Cutler will be hoping to hold on. At the moment, your leader in the Pro-Am class is Fredo. He's not far behind in the championship, in 2nd, behind Star Wars, who hasn't made it into this race, unfortunately. And it's a good chance for him to gain some points, whereas Surreptitiously leads the way in the AM class, currently in 7th place. So no matter what, you've got 3 different classes of field going on all the way through here. But back up, where are we? Game Ranger's pulled away from Fredo. Fredo's going to have the attentions of Cutler before much longer. Ripcross Surreptitiously, and here comes Cuddles as well on the Chloe's machine starting to move through the field. Can he make a move on surreptitiously? Coming into the final corner, little dab of the brakes there just to get it turned in. He's got a brilliant run out of the final corner there. It should be an easy move for the Zebra Cup, and that is up into 7th place. Ahead of surreptitiously goes Cuddles. That is a really, really good move there from him. He's currently 5th in the Pro-Am class, so we need some good points here. One of his rivals, Bigsy, isn't here this evening. Star Wars is out, and Mad Marshall is towards the back end of the field, so it's a good chance for Cuddles to gain some points in the Pro-Am standings. But still Psychodynamic on his 5th lap, and he's got 6.8 seconds over the field, so he's got plenty of time up ahead to do what he wishes to do. Is his fastest lap time a 1:29.1. Where is he getting the speed from? That is phenomenal speed. Don't think anyone else is getting close to that. Let's have a look. FYS 1:31.0 last time round. Game Ranger a 1:30.8. Fredo a 32.3. Cutler a 31.5. Ripcross 33. And he's got Cuddles all over the back of him, who's done a 32. And surreptitiously is in a 33 as well, so no one's getting close to Psychodynamic's lap pace here. They're absolutely incredible. And you can see the slipstream effect coming down the straight with this just really fast track here at Tokyo. And you see that Cuddles able to hold close to Ripcross, who's bumped into the wall there. That's going to give him a chance to make a run. He looks to the inside, just clipping the wall there. Surreptitiously looking to see if he can maybe pick up the pieces if anything goes wrong between these guys. Across the line one more time. And Game Ranger's moved up into 2nd. In fact, here is the pass. He's having a go at FYS. Oh, a little bit of a bump there going into the right-hander. He's now got the inside for the left-hander. FYS running along the barrier, doing a bit of wall grinding. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way in this game, and that is Game Ranger up in the 2nd. Cutler, though, is still looking for a move on Fredo. In fact, FYS is fancying his chances of getting back past NGR Game Ranger. So we've got lots of battles going on here between 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. And you see FYS has made the move and got past NGR Game Ranger, while Cutler has finally got the move done on Fredo to take over 4th place. But this battle could go on for the next couple of laps up until the finish line. We've got Pro Class driver. FYS is a filler, so he's not technically got a class in this really at the moment. And he's got the championship leader, I believe it is, in Game Ranger. Yes, indeed. So the Pro Championship leader is chasing him down, and he wants 2nd place from him. Cutler in the A. Reeves Motorsport machine trying to hold off Fredo for 4th and 5th as they come on to the penultimate lap. They're going on to lap 7 now. 2 more times round for this sprint race, and this is NXTGEN Racing's Chloe Hewitt Cooper Cup, round number 7 from the Tokyo Expressway. It is the inner city loop. This man, look at that lap times there, the consistency on the right hand side. 29.6, 29.1, 29.5, 29.9. Nobody's been in the 29s yet. Phenomenal pace from Psychodynamic. Just needs to keep it pointing in the right direction, and he will be the winner. Game Ranger is starting to just got about half a second over FYS at the moment. Here is Cutler, still chasing down. Jump on board briefly, look back. There is Fredo behind. Not much in terms of the gap. That's the button I want. Coming up to the final laps here at Tokyo Expressway. Race number 1 of the evening. We'll jump back to this real quickly. We'll go through the order. Cuddles has got ahead of surreptitiously, and Ripcross has dropped back, so the Dutchman not having a good time is the pro driver. Cuddles is going to pick up some good points here, and so is surreptitiously the leader of the AM class. Mad Marshall still going around in the Sparks machine, while his Happy HBK a lap down. Don't know what happened to him at the start of the race. Don't know if he was quite ready or something, what went on there, but he is a lap down. He'll be hoping for better luck next time round. But on to the final lap now. Game Ranger still leads, but FYS is looking very feisty, and Fredo's managed to get back past ahead of Cutler there, just in the background, just missed that one there. So Fredo makes his way back up to 4th place. Cutler will not take that lying down. FYS is right behind NGR Game Ranger as they come up over the hill, and he's going to make the move to the inside. Can he get the move done? It looks like it's going to be a decent move there on the inside. He's got it done, beautifully done. Nice stuff there, brilliant. And that puts him back into 2nd place. You know, Fredo there in the background, he's still being chased by Cutler. But this man, out on his own up front, still in the 29s, 15.5 seconds clear. And he's making it all his own. And you see Fredo and Cutler battling one more time as they come through the final couple of sections here. And they've got side by side up ahead as well, Game Ranger and FYS. Can anyone make a move here into the final part of the race? Into the final corner. We're going to need to jump to the winner as he crosses the line to win the race. It is Psychodynamic who wins the sprint race, but the battling is all behind. Coming through the final couple of corners. And it's going to be FYS who holds on and takes 2nd place. Game Ranger is going to try and slipstream past, but he can't quite do it. Fredo's going to take 4th, Cutler in 5th. We look back towards Cuddles, who is in 6th place. It's going to be good points for him. Surreptitiously is going to extend his lead in the AM class with 7th place. Ripcross, a poor race for the pro stand-in driver. He goes across in 8th. Mad Marshall 9th. Happy HBK is coming across in 10th very shortly, and a lap down. So good racing that was. I'm just working on the replay side of things because I can't remember how to work them. Ah, there we go. That's better. Just need to pick up where it goes again. Perfect. There we go. That's what happens when you don't use it for a few weeks. You forget the buttons. Happy HBK crosses the line. Not that I have much chance to use replays with these guys. They don't give me a minute. That'll be a long shot. Mad Marshall deciding to drift his way through the final couple of corners. He's about to cross the line. Last one over the line. He takes 9th place, and the first race is in the books, and your winner by a good margin as well as 16 seconds is Psychodynamic, and a fantastic race victory for him. That's going to work out very well for him when it comes to the championship standards. He needs to pick up some points. Cutler finishing down below means it's going to give him a good chance to gain some ground. Next race will be starting in the next 5 or so minutes, so what we're going to do now is I'm just going to take a wee bit of a break. I'm just going to pop some background noise music kicking about for you, so give me a wee second. I'll just pop something on, and hopefully any decent. Okay, and we are back. So, just bring the stream back up on my phone. So, race number 2 is going to be getting underway before long. You can see it's in the twilight, change of time. Cars are fixed, it is equal cars, Casper. No setups on these, and you can see the room settings at the side there. So there's 16 laps. The grid order is based on the reverse grid from the last round. You can use any tyre you like, so you can go for the softest super soft tyre, or you can go for the hardest tyre possible. And you start with 70 litres worth of fuel, and you can see tyre wear set at times 10 and fuel depletion at times 8. That usually means it forces at least one stop of some description for all the drivers, so we'll see how that one works out. So you can see some of the drivers are just going to jump in and grab a quick lap or two before we get underway. And there's Scar Wars, who is the leader of the Pro-Am class. Obviously didn't pick up any points, but he's in for this round. He's running on the medium tyres at the moment, as is Game Ranger Fredo. Cutler's gone for the soft tyres, they'll be trying. There's the Sparks Motorsport Promotion and NGR Mad Marshall, he's on the mediums. FYS is on the softs. At the moment, Psychodynamic on the mediums, subpetitiously coming out on soft tyres. Just the 8 of them that are actually driving on track at the moment. Nothing to worry about just now. The race has not underway. We've got another couple of minutes before the green light begins the race 2. As I say, it is NXTGEN Racing's Chloe Hewitt Cooper Cup. Now, as I always say, if you want to get involved, there's always leagues kicking about, mainly on PS4 across GTSport, like this one, the Virtual Ford Focus Cup, the Virtual GT4 European Series. We also have Project Cars 2, where like tomorrow, V8 Supercars on at the moment. With NGR's main commentator Jordan. He is currently commentating on their touring car night. They have Group A's, touring cars and Clio Cup. They also have the Max Coates Cooper Cup as well, Clio Cup, sorry, as well. On a Saturday night there's also a new one with GTSport ran here on Friday as well. There's an F1 2018 League on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock as well. And there's Assetto Corsa, which is run by NGR's party resident animal, NGR Lager Fanny himself. And yes, that is his username. I'm one of the few that actually clicked to what it was. He runs a DTM, classic DTMs on Assetto Corsa on Thursdays. Phenomenal stuff. So I'll post links below afterwards if you do wish to get involved in anything. Do drop onto the Facebook page and you can get involved. All you need is one of those games, a PlayStation 4. Don't even need to have a wheel. I pretty much use a controller. Yeah, so it's, you don't need to have a wheel to be able to do this. And if you want to just come along and have fun, maybe getting sick of public lobbies and getting punted out all the time, come and give us a join. We'll see if we can find a league for you. A few cars out on track at the moment. Got a couple of minutes, last 2 minutes before start of race number 2. Just to remind you of the classes, we've got Game Ranger that we're watching just now. We have also got Cutler. We have got Rip Cross, who's not in the lobby just now, he's not racing just now at the moment. And the winner of race 1, Psychodynamic, all in the Pro class. 8th place for Scar Wars, he is leading the Pro-Am class from Fredo. Where is he? He's at the top at the moment. There he is. NGR Mad Marshall is in 3rd in that class. Big C's in 4th, but he's not here this evening. And Cuddles is the man in 5th place in that class, but he picked up some good points there in round number 1. And then the final class is the AM class, which is led by this man, the Glaswegian surreptitiously. He's got Happy HPK in 2nd place, and then Scorpio Dirge and the Plumster, who are not here this evening. FYS is a reserve driver, so he's not been associated or assigned any of the standings. And we've got updated standings, yes indeed. Let's have a look. Yes, the same as other was, so that's fine. So yep, we've got all the bits there, that's us up to date. I'll be interested to see how that's affected, but this race coming up is going to be an interesting one with the pit strategy and with the fuel strategy. Be interesting to see who comes out on top on this one. Casper dropping in there saying he enjoys racing at night. I'm sure you'll do well in Singapore. I'll try and watch it since I'm not going to be commentating on Sunday coming, but never liked Singapore. Don't mind night racing though, got to be in the right car. You can get some absolutely spectacular views on some tracks though. So night racing can definitely be an absolute sight to behold. But it can also be a tricky one. Here we go, the final has started. Remember, it's a reverse grid for the second race. And we are about to get underway. It is NXTGEN Racing League's Chloe Hewitt Cooper Cup. Round number 7, race number 2 of the evening. It's the feature race, 16 laps in length. It is Tokyo Expressway, the inner city loop. As you can see, Scar Wars gets the pole position from Happy HPK and Psychodynamic down at the back of the field for this reverse grid situation. So the engine revs are rising, you can hear it going on in the background. We await the red lights. We await the start of race number 2 of the evening. Here we go. We are underway, and let's see who's getting a good start. We're going to need to keep an eye on everything, what's going on, because we have a reverse grid. This is going to get very interesting and very exciting very quickly. It looks like Scar Wars has got off to a good start. Happy HPK's not doing too bad. Cuddles bringing the sparks out already. That looks like Game Ranger having a bit of a bump. Fredo's got pushed aside. The Mad Marshall's now making the sparks. Game Ranger cutting through the traffic as best he can. He's got FYS side by side with him. This is over 8th and 9th at the moment. It's come up the hill. Psychodynamic in 10th. That's dropped Mad Marshall all the way to the back of the field. And Fredo is going side by side there. Oh, we've got a crash. Fred's in the wall. As Fredo into the wall. What happened there? Psychodynamic still going. Fredo's dropped down to 10th place. Unsure what went on there. Scar Wars is ahead. Happy HPK in 2nd. Ripcross in 3rd. Cutler in 4th. FYS up to 5th place already from 11th. Good start from him. And he's already battling as well on the back of NGR Cutler. He has got a phenomenal start, and he's already got himself a bit of a gap as well. Look behind though, that's Psychodynamic going past NGR Cuddles for 7th place, and in the background there you can see Fredo making his ground back up, passing surreptitiously as well. Here comes NGR Game Ranger, and he's made the move on Happy HPK as he tries to follow FYS through. FYS now onto the back of Ripcross. A little bit of a bump there. Oh, got to be careful guys. Come on, fair racing. And Game Ranger's going, I'm going to have that place. Goes round the outside of the two of them. I wasn't involved, not my issue. FYS finally gets round the outside. Ripcross got the indicators on there. We've got carnage going on in the background. Psychodynamic, Happy HPK. It is everybody everywhere. What is going on? Bumping, banshing. Come on, keep it clean, fellas. Keep it clean. We've got 2 in the wall. Surreptitiously's in the wall. Cuddles is in the wall. Sparks everywhere. Cars everywhere. It is carnage going on. And FYS is now right in the back of Game Ranger. A little bump there as he pulls out of the slipstream. Just a tad too late. But he gets the move done. And Cutler is catching up onto the back of Scar Wars. Can he make a move for the lead? This is just non-stop. I can't even keep up with it. The Reeves Motorsport Machine looking for the lead of the race. FYS and Game Ranger have made fantastic ground at the start of this race. Cutler going to the outside, sparks flying as he catches the wall. FYS has now got a run on him coming up the top of the hill. Scar Wars is moving about. I don't know if that's a bit of lag going on, and FYS is now up to 2nd place, having started in 11th. A phenomenal start for his race there, and he's now going to challenge Scar Wars for the lead. Keep an eye on Game Ranger though. This is going to go off. This is absolutely insane. No chance of a replay going on here. Forget about it. FYS challenging for the lead, he's going to the outside, he's got the move done. Cutler's going to try and go around the outside of Scar Wars, and he's got that one done as well. Can Game Ranger follow, bump into the wall? Fredo and Psychodynamic are just in the background, and Fredo fancies his chances at going by Game Ranger. Another little bump into the wall there. It's a good job we're not playing shots with this, we'd all be pissed by now. Across the line to finish lap number 2 and onto the third lap, and it is FYS who leads, having started in 10th place on the grid. He leads NGR Cutler at the moment by 1.5 seconds. Scar Wars still in third, but he's got the pro leader all over the back of him, and the NGR Game Ranger Psychodynamic has got past Fredo, but Fredo's going to try and get the move done one more time and get back past. It's Pro versus Pro-Am in that battle. It's the same again up ahead, except Pro-Am is ahead of Pro at the moment. Fredo looks to the outside. Game Ranger is fancying his chances here. You can see, oh look, a minute there, Psychodynamic's got a heck of a run on Game Ranger. Where is he? No, he's still managing to hold it off at the moment, and he's managed to get past Scar Wars as well. He's up to third place. Psychodynamic follows him through for fourth. It looks like that Fredo's going to try and follow through and take fifth place. All going off here. Unbelievable stuff. Cutler's closed in as well. Now that he's not having to defend, he's got a chance to try and pull away and concentrate on FYS up ahead. You can see them coming through here real quickly. Look at the tyres. FYS on the softs. That's how he got such a good start. So is Cutler. Game Ranger's gone for mediums. Psychodynamic as well on mediums, as is Fredo. Scar Wars on mediums. Cuddles on medium. He's got surreptitiously on the soft tyres, looking all over him. Happy HBK as well on mediums. He's trying to get past the Glaswegian. Ripcross not having any fun here tonight. He's in the hard tyres. Possibly going to try and play the long game maybe, you never know. And back up the front though, Cutler is looking to the outside into turn number 1. Can he get the move done? No, he cannot on this occasion. He cannot make that stick. Game Ranger has got Psychodynamic and Fredo still fighting it out behind. Incredible action going on here. I'm finally managing to catch my breath for just a second. But I need to keep looking back because Scar Wars, Cuddles surreptitiously, they're all having their own little battle as well. Ripcross catching up as well. Mad Marshall is running around at the back on his own, unfortunately. He'll be just ticking along, but FYS still leads for the meantime from NGR Cutler. You can see Game Ranger there in the background in third. Psychodynamic in fourth, from Fredo is in fifth place. 2.5 seconds cover the top 5 here in the Chloe Hewitt Cup. We're on to lap number 4 of 16 in the feature race. Interesting to see if anyone can take a move on the car ahead. Game Ranger is looking the closest at the moment. We jump to a better camera angle. Here we go. Looking overhead now from the roof cam. Cutler's getting a good run on FYS, so the slipstream in huge effect here. It's almost like being at Monza. FYS comes across slightly on the A-Reeves Motorsport car. To go through the left-hander, through the back end of sector 2 and into sector 3. A little bump there from Game Ranger as they got under the brakes through the final corner, and Cutler has got a great run on the A-Reeves Motorsport machine, running up the side of the pit wall. Looks like he's got that move done. Where are they? There we go, and he moves into the lead of the race. That was a nice little run out of the final corner to get that done, but FYS is having absolutely none of it. As he heck, Game Ranger's in the wall. That's going to allow Psychodynamic the chance to get by, but Game Ranger's like, no, I still fancy having a move for second. Side by side, 2x2 through the tunnel. Here we go. Who's going to come out at the end of this in the lead? Cutler is there at the moment and he holds on for now. Game Ranger and Psychodynamic still side by side. Incredible. And Game Ranger holds on for now as they come flying through this next section here. And you can see it is just absolute mayhem going on. Incredible stuff. I can't keep up. 1, 2, 3, 4 are all in the one shot. You can see 5th just in the background. You can nearly see 6th place Cuddles as well. But the top 4 are covered by a second. Yes, you heard that right. 1 second covers the top 4. Game Ranger looks like he's got a run on FYS at the moment. Can he make it done? No. FYS pulls back in to get the slipstream off of Cutler. In fact, Game Ranger's the one that pulled back in. My apologies, I'm getting lost in the dark. Game Ranger makes the move and gets through into second place ahead of FYS. Psychodynamic now We're going to see if he fancies his chances as sparks fly as they rub the paint against the wall. Coming to the end of lap number 5 to start number 6, and here goes Game Ranger to the outside. He pulls back into the slipstream as they start lap number 6. NGR Cuddles comes into pit lane. He is the first one to make a pit stop. Sparks flying off the FYS's car there, and here comes Psychodynamic. He has got a prime seat, looking at everything going on here. Winner of race number 1. We know he's capable of dropping into the 1:29s, but that was in daytime conditions. He's just trying to keep it together at the moment. Game Ranger is having a look to the outside of NGR Cutler, but has to pull back in at the moment. FYS is now going to fancy his chances. Game Ranger a little bit of a wall ride there. FYS does the same thing. Coming through the tunnel, back out the other side. It's hard to pull away from this battle for the lead. I always like to go through everybody in the field as much as I can. Emma here in the chat. Yes, indeed, it is absolutely phenomenal racing, Emma. It's brilliant to see this stuff going on. But Cutler has managed to get himself nearly a second clear at the moment of Game Ranger, with FYS in 3rd place, Psychodynamic in 4th. I'm going to quickly jump through the field. There's Fredo in 5th place at the moment, with Star Wars, leader of Pro-Am, having a fight with Surreptitiously, coming up towards the next corner, coming towards the end of Sector 3 in a moment's time. And Surreptitiously has got the move done there, so he moves up in the 6th place. Scar Wars down to 7th, Happy HBK in 8th, Ripcross in 9th, Mad Marshall in 10th, and Cuddles is still in pit lane at the moment, filling up because it is a long fill. FYS has came into pit lane, so he is the latest car to pit, and he drops out of that lead battle, so we're down to the top 3 now. Cutler, Game Ranger, Psychodynamic, top 3 in Pro, 3 of the 4 in the Pro class, and they are the top 3 in the standings. We're coming up to half race distance. I'm just going to try to take a moment to catch my breath. Unbelievable stuff. Cuddles is back out after that long pit stop. It does take an awful long time to refuel in this game, but it's the same for everybody, and that's why fuel management comes into it as well. I'm going to see Cutler in before long. Look at his fuel gauge, he's nearly in the red now. Game Ranger's got a quarter tank, so he's not too bad. Psychodynamic's just over a quarter tank, and in the slipstream, setting a purple sector there through Sector 1. Winner of race 1 there, sparks fly from Game Ranger. If you are trying to play a drinking game here, every time I say into the wall or sparks fly, I hope you're not comatose by now, because if you have been, you would be. It has just been absolute mayhem. It's a tricky track to drive cleanly every lap because of just how fast it is and how close the walls are to you. So really well done by these drivers. There's Fred, he's going to be in the pits, his fuel light is flashing away. Scar Wars sitting in 5th, he's got 15 seconds. Cutler into the pits from the lead of the race, that puts Game Ranger and Psychodynamic into 1st and 2nd place. Fred, as I say, is into pit lane. Scar Wars has got a bit of time before we'll see him into pit lane. Happy HBK's made his way up to 6th place. Surreptitiously's been into the pits as well, and Psychodynamic sneaks past there. Lovely little overtaking move. Let's see if we can catch that one more time, see where we pick them up. Nope, that's back in the previous lap, so oh no, it wasn't, but it doesn't matter anyway. Back to the live action, because that's a bit more fun than seeing the replay at the moment. I'm still trying to get used to these buttons, trust me. 3 weeks off, it does a lot to you. Psychodynamic in the lead, winner of race 1, and he's got a bit more fuel, just a little bit more fuel than Game Ranger. These guys are definitely going to try and make this a one-stop in terms of fuel for definite. Both in the medium tyres, got similar sort of wear. Right hand side wearing out more than the left hand side, with this track being more left handers than right. Cutler is in 3rd, but we're going to see him into pit lane. He's on his outlap, but yet the fuel is low. So what's going on there? He's only put on a new set of tyres and no fuel. If that is the case, that is a huge error from Cutler. If that is the case, we'll keep an eye on that. Scar Wars is in 4th, and he's looking good for fuel. He's going to try and make a splash and dash clearly towards the end of the race. Happy HBK will need to pit in the next few laps. Ripcross will need to do the same. Mad Marshall, he could try and sneak this one out. Keep an eye on him towards the end of the race. Fredo still in pit lane at the moment with that long refuel. It takes forever. FYS is still refueling as well. Hopefully they're not stuck. Cuddles is in 10th place, and in 11th is surreptitiously. Cutler has came back into pit lane, and that is an error by Cutler in the pro class. He's came in, he's changed tyres, and he has not refueled. That is a major error. It's going to cost him some really good points here this evening. We're now past halfway distance though. Lap number 9, Game Ranger clipping into the wall there. The sparks fly. It's going to allow Psychodynamic a little bit of breathing space over his opponent. We expect to see these two guys in the pits within the next few laps, at least for a splash and dash of some description. Scar Wars up into 3rd place, the leader of Pro-Am, looking good for picking up some points in this race as well, and he could run to the end if he feels he can make the fuel last. It's not mandatory to pit, and you can tell with just how slow that speedo is rising that he is definitely leaning the engine out. So surely that is what he is trying to do, is to make it to the end of the race. It's going to be an interesting strategy if he can make it work. The leaders come across the line one more time, and Game Ranger is going to go for one more lap with the fuel on red. So keep an eye on that one. 5th place is Mad Marshall, and he could be doing the same as well, and you can see the rev's not pulling up highly in terms of speed, so he is leaning the car out also. Cutler's now back out in 6th place, but he can really go for it almost to the end of this race. And there's Fredo, he's finally got back out after that lengthy pit stop in 7th. He's battling the Dutchman of Ripcross for 7th and 8th. Cuddles in 9th. FYS, having been in the lead of the race, down in 10th at the moment, and he's got surreptitiously looking to the inside into turn 1, no, unable to make that move stick. Psychodynamic 1.5 seconds clear at the moment, so it's just coming into a bit of a calm part of the race just now. You see Cutler's actually a lap down, that's the leaders going through. That extra pit stop has cost him a lot of time. He's going to have the chance to gain the lap back in a moment, because Game Ranger is going to be into pit lane in just a moment's time. He has got the fuel light blinking red. Psychodynamic can probably go at least one more lap, but the one you want to watch for is Scar Wars and Mad Marshall. Look at their fuel range. Over a quarter tank. Could they make it to the end? It'll be a hard task, but it'll be a good one if they can. And Game Ranger, as expected, into pit lane. It'll be interesting to see if he changes tyres as well. He's not quite reached his pit box yet. It's lovely pit animation. There he is. GS battery machine comes in, change of tyres as well, so he's gone on to a fresh set of mediums. But Psychodynamic leads. Scar Wars has got surreptitiously all over him, but that's surreptitiously a lap down. Happy HBK will be coming into the pits before long. Will the South African? His fuel light is blinking away. Mad Marshall in 5th. Cutler, after that mistake, meant he came into the pits twice, having not refueled. He is in 6th place. Ripcross is in 7th. He should be good to go at the end, having just got past Fred there. It looked like a nice little move there from the Dutchman. We'll just pick this one up on the replay as they come up the hill, see how long it took for him to get that move done. Still learning these buttons, so I am. See, I think it was just up here, maybe? Nope, not happening. That was back a few laps ago, so I had to wait another lap, so that's not happening. So Ripcross did move into 7th place. Cuddles is in 9th. Fredo in 8th. FYS in 10th. And surreptitiously 11th. Mad Marshall has decided to pit, but it'll probably just be a change of tyres and a quick splash and dash, I would imagine. And there goes Psychodynamic into pit lane. So the leader of the race, the winner of race 1, is finally into the pits. And Scar Wars there could come round and take the lead off this race. It'll be interesting to see where Game Ranger is in relation to Psychodynamic after this. Mad Marshall has decided to put on a set of the super soft tyres, so keep an eye on his pace towards the end of this race. Happy HBK's decided on softs. He comes back out just ahead of Fredo between him and Happy Ripcross. Cuddle's not too far back on that battle as well. Where does Psychodynamic come back out? That's going to be the interesting one. Scar Wars, it looks like, is going to take the lead off this race onto lap number 12, and he does indeed. Can he go to the end? Interesting. There's Psychodynamic coming back out of pit lane. It says he's still in first place, which is interesting, because as far as I've got it, no, he's right, he is. He's managed to come back out in the lead of the race. I thought he had lost it there. So Psychodynamic's been in, splash and dash and back out, and he's still in the lead of the race. So fantastic strategy there from race one's winner. It looks like he could be on his way to doing the double. Scar Wars is going to try his best. He's got 14 seconds over Game Ranger, so he's got time in hand. But brilliant strategy from Psychodynamic. One pit stop there, and it looks like it's going to be enough to take a double race victory here tonight, possibly. Still got a few laps to go. Coming up to laps surreptitiously at the moment. He's running in last in 11th, leader of the AM class. Who was that in the background that we just saw? There's someone on that, the Scar Wars, so it's fine. Game Ranger in third. He's in no man's land at the moment. He's got 12, 13 seconds to Scar Wars, and he's got 37 seconds to this man, which is NGR Cutler. Made a mistake, had to pit for a second time. Pitted, changed tyres, and then had to come straight back in because he took on no fuel. A complete mix up there from the pit crew has cost him. Fourth place will be good considering that. Mad Marshall is in fifth place. You can see there Ripcross is chasing him down. Mad Marshall is definitely trying to push this to the end of the race without a pit stop. Well, another pit stop, so he has actually pitted for the super softs, hasn't he? But he does have fresh rubber. Ripcross not having the greatest of races here at Tokyo Expressway. Poor first race, the pro driver. It's going to cost him a number of points, especially with Psychodynamic looking like he's on his way to winning both rounds. FYS will pick up the bonus point for this race for the fastest lap at the moment, unless someone can beat that. There's Fredo in 7th, he's catching up to Ripcross as well, and Happy HBK's not far off either, and there's Cuddles. So if these guys can catch up before long, then that could be a very interesting battle towards the end of this race. FYS, having been up the front, he's got the pace to be up the front as well. He's got that fastest lap, but too long in the pits has cost him too much time here tonight. Surreptitiously runs at the back in 11th. This man has looked pretty dominant here tonight. Certainly in race 1 drove away from everybody from pole position. On lap 13 of 16, he's only got a few more laps to go before the end of this race. Scar Wars in second. In fact, here comes Game Ranger. A little bump between the GS battery machine and the NGR machine into the final corner. Unable to make the move get done there. But he's going to have another go out coming down the front straight. Scar Wars not getting the greatest of exits. It's an easy move for Game Ranger, and he is up and into second place. And that's going to be good for the Pro Championship leader to minimise any points that others might gain, especially Psychodynamic, looking like he's going to win both races here tonight. Scar Wars still leads though in terms of Pro-Am standings, so it's going to work out quite well for him. And in regards to the the AM standings, it is Happy HPK who leads that one there at the moment in time, I do believe. I'll need to just double check that. Yes, so it is he does lead the AM, so your class leaders are Pro class, this man Psychodynamic, Pro AM class is Scar Wars, and in the AM class is Happy HBK, who is in 8th place as I jump to Ripcross, but he's got Fredo behind him, and they're catching up as well to Mad Marshall. Here we go, this could be an interesting one. Ripcross obviously in that stand up to cancel machine, trying to see if he can get anything done here. Coming down the hill into the tunnel. Come out of the light and back into the dark. This looks to be the closest battle on the track. Oh, Mad Marshall clipped the wall there. Fredo's going to have a wee chance at looking if he can get past now. And side by side they go through the second tunnel. Who's going to get the move done? Ripcross has to run along the barrier, and Fred has got that one done. A nice little move there. And he's going to try and get past Mad Marshall now. Going through to the next corner. He's got a great run and he's got the move done. Can he hold it round the outside? Where is he? Yeah, no, he's lost it. He's lost it out of there. Mad Marshall holds the position for now. Ripcross moves back ahead of Fred as well. So after all of that, it's status quo between these three. Ripcross going to fancy his chances now into the final section of the lap. The leader is now on to lap 15. Mad Marshall hitting the wall there. It's going to be an easy move, but it looks like around the outside. Mad Marshall sliding his way through the final corner. Fred's going to say thank you very much for that and takes over the position as well. And that is going to be 2 places lost for Mad Marshall. Fredo fancies his chances on Ripcross, so coming into turn number 1, but has to back out for it for the moment. Let's just see if we can quickly catch what happened with Mad Marshall. You can see it as we went through the corner there sideways, and Fred just decided thank you very much, I will have some of that, and took over 6th place there. Back to the live action now. Fredo still chasing down. Psychodynamic is now on his final lap, so we'll jump back to him very shortly. Oh, Ripcross caught the wall there. That's going to allow Fredo the easy pass on the Dutchman. Easily done. And that is a simple move for position. Just follow Ripcross so you can just see coming into this section here. He just turned in much too soon here, too shallow an angle, ran wide and boof, caught the wall, caught the slide well, but it was an easy move for Fred to be able to sneak past. But this man, Psychodynamic, halfway round his final lap, and it is going to be the double on the night for him. He just got a few more corners to go. Game Ranger's going to minimise the difference in the points as much as possible. Scar Wars is going to take the Pro-Am victory. Cutler, it's a case of what could have been with that pit stop mistake. Fred and Ripcross have got one more lap to fight it out. The Dutchman fancies taking 5th place back. Oh, ho, ho. Getting very close to some contact between them there. Mad Marshall has had to come into the pits on the penultimate lap for him. That's not what you want to happen. That's going to promote Happy HPK up into 7th. FYS has moved himself up into 8th place, so he's done pretty well over these last few laps. But Psychodynamic crosses the line and he wins the feature race here this evening. It's a double on the night and the pole in qualifying. So a fantastic result for him. Game Ranger is going to take 2nd. Surreptitiously there, crosses the line in 11th place. A lap down. Scar Wars though, running that, look at that fuel tank. He's not pitted at all in this race. He's going to take victory for Pro-Am and 3rd on the podium overall. So a fantastic result for him, especially having missed out on race 1. Cutler, as I say, what could have been without that pit stop mistake when he had to come back in and refuel. 4th place though is a decent result considering 2 pit stops. He comes over in 4th. Battle between Fredo and Ripcross though still going on towards the line. This is not going to end, is it? It's probably a good job that there's a final lap, because these two could probably race all night at this race. And Psychodynamic stole the fastest lap as well from FYS. He won't be too chuffed at that, so it's a complete grand slam for Psychodynamic. Fredo's going to take 5th, Ripcross will take 6th place. So good result for Fred in the Pro-Am standings. Loses a bit of ground to Scar Wars, but he will have gained some ground due to getting points in the first race. Ripcross in 6th. Poor race night for him, unfortunately, in the pro standings. FYS the filler into 7th. What could have been a gain as well. Bad strategy. Dropped him down. Happy HPK crosses the line in 8th. Cuddles in 9th. Mad Marshall has finished in 10th. But the victor of the feature race And the Grand Slam sweep for tonight is Psychodynamic. He took pole position in qualifying for the sprint race victory in the sprint, fastest lap in the sprint, and now race victory and fastest lap in the feature race as well. It is a fantastic night's worth of racing for him, and that's going to do him absolutely fantastic in terms of the championship standings. But that is it for tonight. As you can maybe just see if I highlight it in the chat, NGR Cuddles, join us at nextgenracing.co.uk. I will come back and post the links to the Facebook page here as well, and once the video has finished uploading. Well, looks like there's, looking at the chat actually, FYS, pit glitched, put no fuel, so I wonder if that's what happened to Cutler as well. That would maybe make sense if it is what happened to those guys, but does bring an end to tonight's proceedings. Thank you very much to everyone who joined in and watched. Thank you to all who joined in with the chat as well, and glad to hear that you enjoyed it as well, Emma. I certainly enjoyed being back here after 3 weeks worth of terrible shifts at work, so really glad to be back doing this. I'll be back next week for more of the same. If you do wish to though, do hit the subscribe button to myself, hit the like button if you did enjoy this, and if you do want to subscribe, it would be fantastic if you could do. I am back tomorrow night here on this channel, Project Cars 2 for Next Gen Racing, and that is going to be Bathurst V8 Supercars round the spiritual home at Mount Panorama, so I'll be back at 8 o'clock for that. But until then, I thank you all for watching, and until next time, I'll see you again soon. Ta-ra.